Hello friends! Today we are reading Giggle Giggle Quack by Doreen Cronin. This is the second time we're reading this book, but today we're working on the second part of the lesson, okay? So before we start reading our book, I want us to work with some cards that I have here, all right? I have some pictures that I want to show you, and I want us to think about the beginning sound in these pictures, all right? Let's look at the first picture together. This picture is the word sit. That's what the girl is doing. She's sitting. So we can see the word sit. What is the first sound that starts sit? What sound do you hear there? Sit. The S that makes the sound. Let's look at the next picture. What is this? The sun. Sun. What is the first sound that you hear there? Sun. So, sit and sun have the same beginning sound. They start with the same sound. Let's look at the next picture. This is the picture about, this is the word soap. So let's think about the word soap. What's the sound that starts the word soap? Soap. That is the first. It's the same first sound as sun and sit. They all start with the sound. Let's look at the next cards that we have. Oh, this is the word wash. Wash. Does wash starts with a different sound than soap, or is the same? Let's think about it. Wash starts with a different sound. Wash is a different sound, is a different letter. What letter is that? The W for wash. All right, let's look at the next card we have. This is the card for warm. Warm. So we have wash and warm. Do they start with the same sound? Yes, they start with the wa sound for wash and warm. They start with the W. Now this is the word fan. Fan starts with a f sound. What letter makes the f sound? F. That's true. Let's look at our next card. What number is this? 5. 5. Does 5 starts with a f sound? Yes, starts with the same f sound than fun. Fun and 5 both starts with they both start with the letter F. Let's look at our next card. In this card, we have the word mess. We can see the cup and we can see the water spill around. So the word mess, what's the first sound for this word? Mess. Mess. Let's look at the next card. This is a picture of a mouse. Mouse. What's the sound that starts this word? Mouse and mess. They both start with the same M. You see right there, and here too. We can see the same M. So that's how some words have same beginning sounds when they both start with the same letter. We're talking about the beginning sounds, the sounds that start the words like moon and mess or sun and sit. They both have the same sound at the beginning. But what happens when two words have the same sound at the end? Let's think about it. Let's think about the word moon. Moon. There's a letter right there that is called an N, and it has the n sound. Now let's look at another word. Oh, let's look at the word sun. It has the same ending letter makes the same ending sound. Sun and moon, they both end the same. They are not rhyming though, because they don't sound the same at the middle. Do you think sun and moon rhymes? No, that doesn't rhyme. No way, no way. But do they have a similar sound at the end? Sun and moon. Yes, they share the same letter at the end. N, sun, and there's the N, and let's see if we can find the moon, and there's the N at the end of the word. So words can have same beginning sounds and same ending sounds, and it's very important to listen for those sounds, okay? Now we're gonna start a story. The title of our book is Giggle Giggle Quack. The author is Doreen Cronin, and the illustrator, the person who drew the pictures, is Betsy Louie. So this is our title page, Giggle Giggle Quack. Farmer Brown was going on vacation. He left his brother Bob in charge of the animals. So what we're going to do today, preschoolers, is we're going to focus on the setting of a story and the characters, okay? Who do we see here in this picture? We see Farmer Brown and his brother Bob. We see all the cows of the farm, and we see Duck right here. And what do you think this place is? What does it look like to you? It looks like a farm. So where the story is happening is inside a farm. So that's our setting. And the characters, who are the characters? The people we're telling a story about. In this case, we're going to be telling a story about Duck, Bob, and Farmer Brown. They are our characters, and the other animals too that live on the farm, all right? I wrote everything down for you. Just follow my instructions and everything will be fine. But keep an eye on Duck. He's trouble. Farmer Brown thought he heard giggles and snickers as he drove away, but he couldn't be sure. So again on this page, we have Bob. Farmer Brown is actually leaving the farm. He's going on a vacation. And we can see the animals, and we can see Duck right here, and he has a pen. That's why it's so important to look for clues on the illustrations. Because is the book telling us that Duck has a pen? No. But we can see right here if we pay attention to the drawings. So let's see what happens next. Bob gave Duck a good long stare and went inside. He read the first note, and you can see the piece of paper right here, and there are words in it, so that tells us that that's the note. Tuesday night, it's pizza night, not the frozen kind. The hens prefer anchovies. Giggle, giggle, cluck. So let's look at these pages carefully. We know that the story is taking place in a farm, but what part of the farm do you think this is? Is this inside on the room of the house or outside in the yard? This is inside, probably inside of the room, inside the kitchen. And we can see that there's a window, and we can see other characters besides Bob. We can see the hens, and who's this? This is Duck holding his pen. 29 minutes later, there was hot pizza in the barn. And so we can see Bob paying for the pizza to the delivery man. And then we can see all the animals enjoying the pizza. But where are they right now? They are still in the farm, but what part of the farm? This is probably the barn, where the animals sleep. It's not the house anymore. Bob checked on the animals before he went to bed. Everything was just fine. And this is actually the same place as this page, but it just got darker because the animals are gonna go to sleep, right? And we can see that all covered in red. We can see Duck right here, and his pen is right there. This is another no. Here, this is a big one. So I think the illustrator wants us to read this now. Wednesday is bath day for the pigs. Wash them with my favorite bubble bath and dry them off with my good towels. Remember, they have sensitive skin. Giggle, giggle, oink. And again, let's pay attention to what's happening in the illustrations. What are the illustrations telling us? This is again Bob. He's reading this note that we can see here big, so we can read it, but he's reading it right here, and he's taking the pigs with him. He seems to be taking them inside the house where they can take a bath in the tub. And again, here is Duck standing, holding a pencil and a piece of paper. Bob had all the pigs washed in no time. And here, preschoolers, the setting changed again. We're still in the farm, but in a different part of the house. What do you think this part is? What this place is? This is probably the bathroom where the bathtub is at. We can see the pigs here, and they're resting on the ground, and they're being dry with their nice towels. Farmer Brown called home on Wednesday night to check in. Did you feed the animals? Did you feed the animals like I wrote in the note? He asked. Done, replied Bob, counting 7 empty pizza boxes. Farmer Brown called home Wednesday night to check in. Did you feed the animals like I wrote in the note? He asked. Done, replied Bob, counting 7 empty pizza boxes. So we know this is the farm, but right now we are looking at the farm from the outside. We're not seeing the house on the inside, but we're out on the open space, but we can still see the farm. So what is Duck doing? Duck is walking around the farm, and we can count the pizza boxes here. We see them here close to the trash cans. And Farmer Brown is right here on the back speaking on the phone. Did you see my note about the pigs? All taken care of, said Bob proudly. Are you keeping a very close eye on Duck? He asked. Bob gave Duck a good long stare. Duck was too busy sharpening his pencil to notice. So Bob is staring at Duck, but he doesn't even notice it, because what is he doing? Let's look at this part of the story. Where's the setting for this page? So we know they were outside a minute ago, but they are not longer outside now. They seem to be inside the house. Duck seems to be standing on top of a chair, reaching for a pencil sharpener. That's strange. Why would a duck want to sharpen his pencil? We'll see. Just keep him in the house, ordered Farmer Brown. He is a bad influence on the cows. Giggle, giggle, moo, giggle, giggle, oink, and giggle, quack. Oh, let's look at Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown looks very different. He doesn't have his overalls anymore. He has a bright shirt with flowers and a nice hat and sunglasses. And he's eating a pineapple. Where do you think he is? I think he's on the beach, right? He's on vacation at the beach. And how did we learn that? Because we were looking at the pictures, at the illustrations. Thursday night is movie night. It's the cow's turns to pick. So we can see again, this is inside the house. And Duck left a note, so now we know it's Duck who is changing the notes and giving Bob these crazy ideas about how to take care of the animals. Giggle, giggle, moo. So Bob was in the kitchen popping corn just as the animals settled in to watch The Sound of Music. The phone rang. So now they are all in the living room and they are getting ready to watch a movie. But the phone right here started ringing. The only thing Farmer Brown heard on the other end was giggle, giggle, quack, giggle, giggle, moo, Giggle oink. Uh-oh. Duck. We can see that that is a very loud sound. Did you see how the letters are growing and they get bigger at the end? Scream, Farmer Brown. So now we know that the person calling was Farmer Brown, and he just realized what the animals are doing, especially what Jack was doing. He was tricking Bob into writing all these different messages and taking care of the animals in different ways. So Jack wrote a last note, and he says, "It's for you, Bob." And so Bob needs to come and answer the phone. And here we see Farmer Brown coming super fast back to his farm because he seems very upset that Jack was playing tricks on them, right? And here in his suitcase, he actually has another clue for to know where he went on vacation to. Is the word aloha. Aloha is a word from the Hawaii Islands, so probably he went to the beach. That's how we know he went to the beach there. All right, preschoolers. Now we are all done reading this book, all right? And before we finish our reading lesson today, I want us to think, and this is gonna be a job for you. I want you to think of telling one short story about something that happened to you today, or that happened to you yesterday, or something that you want to do in the future. And I want you to tell another person in your story or in your message, where are you going to do that, and who is going to be there with you when you're doing that thing. For example, you can say something like, this afternoon I will play with my toys upstairs in my room. I will be alone. So then you're telling the person where are you going to be, which is your room, what are you going to be doing, which is playing with your toys, and who is going to be with you? Just yourself. So you're going to be alone. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm going to do. This afternoon I'm going to go for a walk around my neighborhood. I will going to take Rafa with me, and we are going to walk around our house and around our block. So I'm telling you that I'm going to go around the block, and I will take Rafa with me. All right? And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go for a walk. All right? So thank you for watching us today, and see you next time. Bye, friends.